Stop talking, Tail.
Why you made me laugh?
Because you... Okay. 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to Trivial Trivia. My name is Ben.
And I'm Nate.
And I'm Joe, and this is Trivial Trivia.
I said it first.
So, for the podcast episode today, we will be discussing scariest underwater creatures in the Mariana Trench.
Scary.
So, for the first one on my list today, we have Dumbo Octopuses.
Oh, I have heard of those. Those are actually kind of cool.
They have big ears.
Yeah, you got that? Yeah,
Okay.
That's right.
And they fly.
No.
Okay.
Through the water. Yeah.
Ooh.
But these octopuses are 8 to 12 inches in length, and they're named after the Disney elephant for their physical features, obviously, as Joe said already. And although they are themed after this Disney creature, they're actually very dangerous and gulp down their prey in one swallow.
Ooh.
Interesting. Like the lionfish, which have run rampant in Florida recently because
Really?
a lot of people got them as pets because they look really cool, but then like, hey, this is not that great of a pet.
Like,
and then they just release it, and then it just starts eating everything because it has no natural predator.
And we
in
can't
Florida.
eat it.
No, we can.
Lionfish?
Yeah. If
I thought
it's,
they're venomous, poisonous.
I think if it's the one I'm thinking of, then you can eat it. You might just need to take off its fins.
The
which you
lionfish,
would.
the one, it's like all colorful around.
Yeah, you can
I'm
eat that
pretty sure
one.
those are poisonous.
No, you can eat those.
I don't
Well, there's
think so.
there's poison, venom, and toxins. Toxins just when it has something that harms you. Poison is when it is if you
when
eat
you eat it and it's venom.
eating it's poisonous.
So,
venom
but,
is it has it in it.
But there's like
once you eat
something
it.
about that. It's like I'm kind of bored and I want to move on.
The second creature I have is the Anglerfish.
Oh,
That's
I
a
think
weird
I've heard
one.
of this one.
This one you've
Is it
probably heard
Nemo?
of from Nemo,
Yeah.
yes. And just as it is in that movie, it's very scary.
It's
Sharp
scary.
teeth, big eyes,
And it has a light bulb.
bioluminescent antenna.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I guess it's called antenna.
What does that mean, buddy?
it means the little.
Why is it
Antennas
called
stick out.
Okay,
bioluminescent?
I can explain each word. Bioluminescent is a
You're not the explainer here.
well, it's based off of
doesn't know.
3 Latin words: bio, lumen, and essence. Essence, like something that someone is. It gives off the biolumen, and then bio means living, and lumen means light, or it's a measurement of light. So bioluminescence is an animal that naturally gives off light.
Okay.
Fireflies or lightning flies or whatever they're called.
I think
those
fireflies don't
do the
exist
same
anymore.
thing. No, they still do. I saw one 3 weeks ago, or
You lied.
2 months ago.
Yes,
The more you
so
know.
and the antenna is used to attract prey,
Mm-hmm.
which then
Because it lives in deep waters and the fish want to find light. So they go to it thinking it's food. And it's
Because
not.
there's a bunch of other
Yeah.
bioluminescent small prey that live in the
Mhm.
deep, dark
Okay.
waters.
exactly.
Fish
And
our friend. Not
Not
foods.
the third creature I have is the ping pong tree sponge.
Oh, that's
And it
different.
lives underwater,
Yes.
and it's called a tree sponge.
Yeah, it's a ping pong tree sponge.
Because there's trees.
What?
There's like tree branches underwater.
But this is deep water, right? Like
Deep, like Mariana
deep?
Trench.
Okay, where it's like really dark.
This it has the look of basically a tree or a plant with ping pong balls growing on it.
Okay.
And
Do you have a picture? Perhaps.
yes, look here.
Ah,
You see?
Wow, that is so cool.
However, as nice as they look, they have extensions in each of their ping pongs.
What?
That,
Extinctions that are poisonous.
They're hooks, actually. I don't not think they're poisonous, and they hook onto prey as they pass by, and slowly devour them over a
Oh.
week.
Okay,
so
interesting.
reminds me of the
Just
spider.
from the hook?
Yeah, just from the front. They hook them and then they eat them.
Oh.
Slowly
So
devour
they could
them.
have multiple on them.
Yeah.
And just be set.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And the last creature I have is the frilled shark, named for its extra set of gills. This shark of 300 teeth lives 5,000 meters down and uses their teeth and hunting skills to catch any prey that they view as attainable food.
Wow, you sound like a robot.
I was about to say something very similar.
So
But I wasn't gonna say it.
what is not attainable food to them?
Another shark, maybe?
So no shark fights.
How big is it? Because
It's about-
sharks will eat other sharks, even of the same species.
It's not a very big shark. It's eel size. So like
How big is it? Like, there's a lot of big eels. Like, moray eels are big.
we're looking
eels.
at 4-ish feet usually.
Okay, that's a smaller shark.
Yeah, it's pretty small and it has a lot of teeth. So, but
That
it's
might be
not
weird.
like
Does it have like a big mouth in respect to other sharks?
yeah. I mean like wide, like around, like not
I
just.
think I actually know what you're talking about.
I think
It
I
does
know,
have
yeah,
a-
I do. I
it's-
think I know what shark.
It's like semicircle shaped head,
Yeah.
so then it comes in.
I always
like a-
I always wanted to see a hammerhead shark. Wouldn't that be scarier
You
than
ever
like
been
a
to
regular
an
shark?
aquarium?
No.
I don't know if I've ever seen a hammerhead in an aquarium, and I've been to many aquariums.
Wouldn't you think if you saw that in the ocean, it'd be a lot scarier than a regular shark?
What, a hammerhead
Yeah.
versus... Well,
'Cause it's so, like,
I would rather see a hammerhead than a bull shark or a tiger shark, because those are
more aggressive.
if not the most aggressive in the group of the most, because they'll just hunt and kill anything. The tiger shark is often called the dumpster shark or the trash shark, because it'll just eat trash
Whatever.
and anything comes across.
Tiger
So
sharks are
it's
kind of cool
weird.
though.
Yeah.
They are.
So there's not a megalodon on that list.
No.
Not that we know of. They might still exist. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Not anymore. No.
Probably not. But it'd be cool.
It would be cool.
Do you know maybe the Meg 2 is based on a true story?
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that.
Interesting. I haven't seen either of them. Is
It's
Meg
not
2
out
out
yet.
yet?
It's not out
Okay.
yet.
I haven't seen the first one though. Then
Looks like we'll have to do a movie review.
eventually.
Okay.
I'd have to see.
Okay.
Stop. I'm stopping that right there.
Why? No. All right. Here is the Florida Man for today, which I will be leading. So, Florida Man is arrested during a traffic stop, and the deputies who are arresting him found 2 guns, drugs, and a baby alligator in the back of his pickup truck. So this 31-year-old Florida man was arrested in a traffic stop, as I said, with 2 guns and syringes that tested positive for methamphetamines. And in the back, they found a plastic tub with a baby alligator inside. And this traffic stop, which happened in Naples, and the car that he was driving was a GMC Sierra. Just useless information for you. Trivial, one might say.
Wait, where was he arrested?
Naples, Florida.
Naples. Wait, Naples.
Yeah, it's south. Yeah. He also
Like
had
a
a
ghost.
passenger who does have a name. I couldn't find the name of the guy who this is about, but his passenger's name was... One second. Michael Marola. And he was charged 2 because he was a passenger where there was possessions of illegally stowed guns. And the syringes were, I think, in that guy's jacket as well. And they were in possession of an alligator, which is illegal unless you have special permissions from the Florida Commission of Wildlife Preserve. No, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. You have to get a special permit from them to own an alligator if you are in the state of Florida.
Interesting. Now I know.
Now you know.
I will be looking to get alligators.
So were they trying to drug up the alligator?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I mean,
Maybe
it
they're
didn't say
cocaine
that.
crocs.
Well, it was
It's an
methamphetamines.
alligator.
And it was an
It's also
alligator.
alligator.
Oh, that's true.
Has to be.
Sorry. But in, where is it?
They're
Down
gonna
south.
build an army of
The
alligators.
Everglades. The Everglades is the only place on Earth where there are alligators and crocodiles that live
because
together.
the seawater is mixed.
Exactly.
Oh,
Everywhere else, they're separate from each other.
gotcha.
But there they live together.
And
All right, and for the movie of the day, it is Tron.
wow.
just a quick
This
stipulation.
movie
It is
is
Tron
boring.
Legacy, technically, which is the 2010. The actual Tron itself movie was in like 1987.
Yeah.
There's a
Basically, yeah.
difference.
Technically, it is the sequel to the original back in the 80s, and it revolves around Sam Flynn,
Who is not Tron.
No, his name is Sam.
His dad disappeared, and he basically
Bye bye, Dad.
he was given a key to this arcade that he and his dad used to play at, and basically through that he was able to enter, found a machine, turned it on, accidentally sent himself into basically
the gaming universe.
What was it called?
Of Tron.
Tron. It's called Tron.
No, not that was the game. But what was the
I don't think the machine had a name.
Arcade.
no? The game.
The
Didn't
machine?
Didn't it have a name?
Wait, what? What are you
No,
talking about?
not that's the
The
game.
arcade or
That's
the machine?
No, the machine.
I don't think it had a name.
What about the universe that was inside of the
Tron.
machine?
It's called Tron. It's Tron.
That's the person. And
No,
the
no,
game.
no, no.
Bro,
It's
the
called
game
Tron.
is...
The Grid. I knew it. It's called The Grid.
No, that's what...
That's
That's what I was asking.
That's what the thing in
That's
Tron
what
is
I'm
called.
asking. I was
It's
asking
like
the name of the
city.
world.
It's
That's like what the city's
it's
called.
what their city is on. It's the grid. It's not the game itself is not the grid.
I know the game itself is called Tron. Inside of it, I was talking about the world. The world is called The Grid.
Oh,
That's what I was
okay.
talking about.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I was asking.
Okay.
Yes, no, I know the game is called
Sure,
Tron.
buddy.
I know the game is called Tron.
Okay. See,
Yes.
I was just. Okay. All right,
No,
I see what
there
you're
was just
saying.
we both
I
didn't
see-
understand what the other person
I
said.
see what you're saying now.
But it's
Okay.
still Tron's game.
Yes, it is
Yes,
still
there you
Tron.
go.
It's but the second Tron, because the first Tron had his own game, and then in this one, Kevin, the guy who's the dad, he brings Tron to another. Fell asleep in the first 5 minutes. It was like the first 30
It
seconds,
was so
dude.
boring.
Okay,
It's such a boring movie.
the first
I'm not gonna
scene
lie.
was not
I'm
good.
not gonna lie. It was kind of a boring movie.
I mean,
Not to hurt your feelings, Nate. I
I
know
disagree.
you. I know
It's
you
kinda
have like
good.
a passionate love for this movie, but it's pretty boring.
And from they entered this world, he enters this world,
Grid.
and
Off the
Eventually-
grid.
he
Remarries.
Finds his dad.
finds his dad. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. He finds his dad, and then since he came through accidentally, the portal to the other world is open, and basically they're trying to get out. They try to escape.
Before anybody else comes out.
Yeah, before the
Like Ego, not Ego. He played
Ego.
Clue.
Clue.
Ego's from
Guardians of
another
the
movie.
Galaxy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. They look similar. The guy who plays Jeff and what's the other guy?
Oh, yeah.
Plays Ego.
I think-
They
yeah,
both have
I see,
beards
I
and
see,
hair.
Yeah.
They're old.
They both sound the same.
They do sound similar.
Okay.
I thought it was
Keep
him at
going.
first.
Keep going.
and basically from Clue is trying to keep them from escaping and then go to their world and basically take it over. And in the end, luckily, they made it and he didn't. I don't want to spoil too much of what happens in every single part, but all in all, it's a good happy ending.
Why can't you spoil it? Who hasn't seen this movie? It's like 20 years old.
You saw this
20.
a week ago.
12 years old.
And I forgot about it already.
12. Came out in 2010. It's 12 years old.
Yeah.
Not 20. Okay. Well, before we go into the cast, which is a fun part of the show, I have but two beefs to air. No, no.
I was talking about beefs.
What? Two grievances. I don't know. Two grievances
Two
to air.
griefs. Two griefs.
No, that's not
He's
what I mean.
griefing.
Two things. First of all, the escaping of the coded characters from the game into the new world. So the way that code works is it has to have a machine to process the code to make it work. So when any coded character, including Cora, who did end up leaving the game at the end of the movie, she would cease to exist. It's more plausible that a human could enter a digital world than it is for a digital being to exit into the human world, because there's nothing to run it. It would have to be self-sustaining, which is not
Possible.
It's possible, but I think it's more likely that a human could enter it instead of a being exiting, that coded being.
But it's still possible.
It's possible, but not in 2010 or 1987.
Well, like, how much coded is she? Like,
Entirely. If you were awake during the part of the movie,
Yeah.
she got her arm cut off, and then they regrew her arm through coding.
Yes, but that wasn't what I was.
What are you asking?
I was gonna say like.
The only thing is that she was of a different type than the regular coded.
True.
She was an ISO, and they were different, and it's possible. And we never saw another one escape,
True.
so it's possible that
Yeah.
it was ISOs that were able to do it, and then maybe they would have found out that it doesn't work if the rest of them tried to escape.
That would make more sense than having Clue escape.
True
Yeah,
means.
Because
true
he
means.
is purely coded. Yeah. Now the other thing that
Oh,
I
wait.
had...
What even were the ISOs? I kind of fell asleep during that part.
You've seen the movie 2 or 3 times. Can you give a better description? There were... If you can, I could add stuff, but...
So basically,
Were they
we're gonna
in
cut
the-
this part, pretend like Joe never asked that question because I don't remember. And Ben, continue on to your
Okay.
second grievance, buddy.
Oh my.
They're a coded being because they are inside of the grid, but they're different from the regular coded characters. And basically what they are is they've solved every mystery of the world. They know how to solve any medical issue, coding, security, anything. They know how to do it, basically. That was their... And it was a species of people. So it's not just another coded character. They knew everything with their own species. And they existed before the movie happened. And then Clue leads an army and kills all of the ISOs except for Korra, who's the last ISO.
Wait, so how did they get in the game? The ISOs?
The ISO? It never explained that.
They just spawned.
They just found
with
them.
the new update.
They were. That's why it was such a big deal that they,
Yeah.
like, of a discovery. It was like a
This hurts my neck.
self-sustaining, basically, life.
That would make
sorta.
sense. It was revolutionary. It was crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, for
I think I like
okay.
Free Guy better.
I mean, Free Guy was a good movie. We'll review that one at some
It was
point.
a lot less boring.
It was
Yeah.
also a good movie. It's just it's a different.
It's comparable.
It's not really comparable
It's
because
comparable.
they're not
They're both
going
in
in between
games. They're
worlds.
both in
Yeah, they're both
games.
in games, so both
Both
aren't going in
games.
between worlds.
What do you mean in between worlds?
Like Sam Flynn, he goes inside the grid and outside with Korra.
One time.
His dad went inside so many times until he got trapped.
Yeah,
in
we
there.
didn't see that part.
Well,
There's
in
people
Free Guy,
play-
nobody left the world.
Yeah, but they play the game and they go in the world in their head.
Yeah,
But
but,
they
that's
could have in
that's video
Tron.
games, buddy. That's just video games. This is
We
physically going into a
But
video
you also
game.
have Ryan Reynolds, makes the movie immediately better. Okay,
That
next
wasn't the argument.
beef or whatever.
Okay, and now for the second thing. At the very end of the movie, as Sam Flynn and Korra are exiting the grid,
Mhm.
Clue tries to escape with him. He has someone's arm or leg or something. He's holding on to somebody.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Flynn, the dad, the guy who created the game,
he uses
he
force
absorbs
powers.
him into himself and like collapses the world in upon himself. So everybody dies in that world. They're all coded characters except for Kevin. He dies. And then Sam and Korra escape just in time. But what I don't get is if he can destroy Clue and keeping him from escaping the world, why didn't he do that before Sam arrived?
Because he wanted the ISO out, I'm guessing.
But he was
That
the
was,
only
like,
one
his
who
main
really
mission.
understood her.
Okay.
Who else is going to know? How? I mean,
I think he
it's
explained it a little bit to him. Hopefully he didn't fall asleep during that part.
So, yeah, so he is basically, like you said, they can't escape because there's no portal there
Yeah.
until it's opened again.
Yeah.
So basically, they're relying on just being patient and waiting. And he doesn't do it because, yeah, he destroys the whole world, which is a sacrifice probably at the time he's not willing to make until his son is on the line. Then he's like, all right, this is something that I want to do. And that's basically it. It's just...
And also, the Clue guy was about to get out too.
Yeah,
He
but why
didn't.
didn't he do that earlier? Before his son ever got involved and he almost
because I
destroyed the
think
world. Not destroying
Just
Clue
because I
earlier.
think he was still being, like, greedy and wanted the ISO out. Even though it was dumb. A dumb lady. Like, what does she even know?
apparently a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just overall it was a pretty good movie, but just those couple things like.
But those aren't like.
They're not terrible. No, they're not like disastrous plot holes or anything. I'm just annoying that way, and I like.
But they make sense. At least the second one makes sense.
Yeah.
The first one I'm like.
The first one that's just movie. Disney. It's a
That's
Disney movie.
That's movie
Yeah,
magic.
it's Disney.
Man.
It is movie magic, right?
Let's move on to
That's our episode.
Margot
If we're
Robbie.
done. No, that'll be something.
Margot Robbie and the Barbie.
Oh,
movie.
actually, wait. We almost forgot the most important part. The cast.
Yeah, I was wondering when you were gonna
Okay,
say that.
so as our
I'm so
main
excited.
protagonist, Sam Flynn, we have Garrett Hedlund. Never heard of that guy before, but apparently he's good enough to make a movie star. And Olivia Wilde as Cora, who I do like as an actress. She's in House. Very fun show. You should all watch it. She plays Agent 13, or also known as Brimley Hadley. Not Agent 13, just 13.
Interesting.
Dr. 13.
Interesting.
So we also have Jeff
Bezos.
Bridges, who plays Kevin Flynn in Clue, and in other movies, he's in True Grit. I like that one. You also
Never
see True
watched
Grit?
it. Never watched it.
No.
In that, there's some guy, I don't remember what his name is because I'm blanking on the cast, but he's another famous actor, and one of his lines is "Adios," which is just funny.
Yeah, but it's like.
Which I say that sometimes in my
what-
head.
What does that have to do with this right now?
It doesn't. We also have Michael Sheen playing Zeus, and in other movies,
Wait, Zeus?
the Amazon original.
Who's Zeus?
What is it? Good Omens. He plays the good guy.
Who's Zeus?
Very pale guy with
Yeah.
the blonde hair, white hair.
Oh,
He's
wait,
also-
was he the guy who was like gonna
With the
get-
staff.
cane and the long
Oh,
hair.
the cool guy, the only cool guy in the
Yeah,
whole
he was
movie.
kinda cool.
Okay.
Sure.
Except he got bombed. That part was funny.
That was Michael Sheen. Other notable people, we got Nathaniel Fillion. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. He's been in a number of things. He was in an episode of Psych. He was one of the stars in Castle. And he's been in other things that I'm blanking on. Most of the other people I don't really know. Can't say I know any of the other people. Oh, well, actually, Patrick Sabongi. I don't know how you say that last name. I'm terrible with names.
Sabaguai.
Somebody. He's been in something. Who was he? He was in a TV show I saw. I feel like he was a recurring character. But I don't remember who.
Oh, we also have
He's a fun guy, though.
Thomas Edison.
That is Bernard Hughes, and I don't think anyone knows who he is out of us. Other people might. Yeah, that's pretty much the only cast members that I know.
I wonder how they got Oppenheimer and Albert Einstein in Oppenheimer as well.
You know, he was an actor. Albert Einstein died April 18th, 1955.
But it was the scene that he was in black and white, so they obviously recorded it a while ago.
Yeah, because black and white film or digital film, whatever they call it these days, is non-existent.
It isn't.
And how'd they get Cillian Murphy back then?
Who was even him?
The guy who played Oppenheimer?
Well, he looked kind of old, so
I mean, he's not that old.
What?
I don't know.
30s or 40s.
Anyway,
This ain't even the same movie.
oh, okay.
All right, boys. So what are we rating that Tron movie
okay.
out of
Tron
10?
movie?
This is gonna be such a high rating.
I'd probably give it an 8.5. What were they?
To be fair,
Pretty good.
since it did make me fall asleep, I'll give it a 7.
I mean, that's
Same.
not terrible.
It
Also,
wasn't a terrible movie. It was just boring.
for being a
You
sequel,
were asleep
that's
after
really
the-
good as a sequel movie. It's good enough
Wait,
to
is
be a
it
standalone.
connected?
It's supposed to be.
Is it?
I mean,
Very
I never watched the.
It's loosely
1900s
minimally
one.
connected.
I
But
mean,
it is
it's
connected.
supposed to. Yeah. A lot better than a lot of other legacy movies I've seen, because this is called Tron Legacy. I've seen other
Wait, what's
movies.
other legacy movies?
I can't remember what they're called, but I've seen other movies that are called something Legacy, and they're always terrible, like really bad.
Yeah, that's true.
But like,
Born Legacy.
was that one of them?
I feel like that might be a movie. Yeah, I just made
I think
it
that
up.
was the one with if it was that one,
Jason
Jason.
Bourne.
No, Jeremy Reiner. He was in the last Jason Bourne movie. I didn't finish that one because I got bored because
Okay, so
I'd watched the
Nate,
other
what do
three
you
back to
rate
back.
Me personally, I'm giving it's a 9.2 out of 10 for me. It's
Yeah,
a
it's-
it's a movie I've loved ever since I was very young. So
Yep, you definitely have some bad taste.
superior taste actually.
Well,
Inferior taste.
Ben, you gave it an 8.5. You're closer to me than you are.
yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't say you
You're
have
on my side
superior
now.
taste, and I wouldn't say he has inferior taste. I just said he has normal.
He
taste
was
in movies.
asleep most
Like-
of the movie. I don't think he has the
Uh,
right to give taste.
I fell asleep during the movie. It's bad.
No, you're just You just
You
lack the intellectual capacities to understand what is going on.
Well, not necessarily
Probably.
capacities.
I need to have
That sounded really smart.
fun,
You did, but
fun, easy to understand movies like Oppenheimer.
that was more difficult to understand than Tron. That's Christopher Nolan. He's not known for his easy to watch movies.
Batman's pretty easy to watch.
I mean,
Honestly, that is
it's
still
easy
pretty
to watch,
complicated.
but if you think I've
It's
thought
less complicated.
hours and hours and hours, like hundreds of hours, on The Dark Knight. Is my favorite movie of all time. The cast, the ethics behind it, and how the Joker, if you are
just so good.
a rule utilitarian, is actually the hero of the story.
Wait, what is that rule utilitarian?
There's two major types of rule utilitarianism. There's act utilitarianism and rule utilitarianism. And act utilitarianism means, well, before I get to that, utilitarianism is doing the greatest amount of the greatest amount of good for the most amount of people. So basically, with act utilitarianism, it has to be good if the act itself is good. So according to that, Joker is a villain because he killed 23 people in the movie.
Okay.
According to rule
He's a
utilitarianism,
hero because he killed
he's a
23
hero.
people who were bad.
Most of them were bad, but also because he saves millions of people in the city of Gotham. He saved all of them from the mob, the corruption in the police and the politics, politicians.
He also made Two-Face.
He did, which was also supposed to help, even though they buried it. Both Commissioner Gordon and Batman, they buried that so that he would be the White Knight that Gotham needed to bring about the change. So, not a bad. But yeah, according to real utilitarianism, Joker's actually the good guy. Because Batman, he prevents... Or he doesn't prevent. He keeps people... he makes the mob more powerful because he uses more high-tech gadgets than they have. So the mob has to step up their game. And the corruption, people have to be more sneaky about the way that they do corrupt things. So they have to revise. So he brings
He brings the worst out of the worst.
Yeah, if you're a neutral person, you're going to not be... You'll appreciate what he's doing. If you're a little bad, you're going to be more neutral leaning or stop what you're doing. But if you're really bad, like in the mob or the corruption, it's just going to make your efforts even more extreme. Which is what happened. If you watched Batman Begins and then The Dark Knight, you'll see that he'd bring about a lot of change, but there's still a lot of bad things that happen in that movie.
Interesting.
More power invites more challenge, which invites more evil.
But also,
that's the fun of the movie.
It is.
And now back to Tron. What is y'all's favorite scene?
Scene wise, I like the introduction, man. It really captures what the movie's about.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Because you fell asleep.
The only part about the introduction I didn't like, and it was about the movie in general, which, I mean, I understand why they did it, but it's putting Jeff Bridges' face, they had to CGI it to make him look younger and then pose that onto the character. It just looked like he was a robot the entire time, which I would not have minded if he only looked like that inside the grid as Clue. But as a real person in the real world, I thought it felt weird, out of place.
Yeah, it was when I was younger, it was very confusing because I didn't really understand Tron when I was younger.
Yeah.
But when it took me watching it older until I was like, oh, that's what that's about.
Oh,
For
so
the
you're saying you
CGI,
didn't really have the intellectual mind to understand it.
That would be correct.
Not when I was 10.
How old are you now? Came out 12 years ago?
I'm 18 years old.
You had to wait till you're a full
adult.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, what was your favorite scene?
I like the zoo scene. A lot of things happen, and then at the end, they blow up his bar.
That was a good one.
Exciting.
Yeah, that was a good collection of events.
All packed into one scene. Wow. Movie magic.
All right.
Joe, what about you?
My favorite scene is probably when it ends. I liked... I did like the scene where he forced him back into his body because it just reminded me of Luke Skywalker for some reason from when he died in The Last Jedi. So, yeah.
Because he turned into, like, smoke?
Because it kind of just... It reminded me some way when he... I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't know.
No, yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. It's a complete. They did look similar with the beard and hair,
Exactly.
but
They both
actually I don't know.
They
how
both were
one
like
looks
staying on the
like. I only saw them
ground
one time.
using some like force, and then they died. So
Yeah. Okay.
I believe
Okay.
let's wrap this up,
Yeah.
boys.
Well, thank
There's
you.
a little bit at the end I feel like we can. But let's just finish off with the outro.
Okay.
Thank you for watching the episode today. Someone else do the outro.
Okay, so thank you for viewing this episode on video now. Very exciting. We've been waiting a long time for this.
You can finally see our beautiful faces.
Yes.
So remember to go to our website, check out, we have a lot of things there. We have articles. We are now, by the time this is published, we will have a operational merchandise store. We can buy Trivial Trivia merchandise straight from our website. You can also donate using PayPal. If you go to our website, there's a link. We can just send us money because it was very expensive setting this podcast
I
up.
put a lot of money into this. Help me get out of the hole I'm in. Everybody.
Yeah. Also,
Make sure you say, if you donate money, say for Joe.
I mean, you can say that. It's not going to go to Joe. It's going to go to the podcast.
No, it better go to me if they say
Well,
it.
part of it will. Possibly.
Most of it. All of
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Okay.
Also, remember to like, comment, and share, and read the descriptions to the episodes because each episode has a unique description. Sometimes they're funny because
Sometimes they're
I'm
dumb.
not staying up till 3 a.m. editing, but sometimes when I do on the older episodes,
You're right.
I've stayed up
You're
very
right.
late, and then the description is not so good.
Wrap this up.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you for viewing. Enjoy.